How to Protect Yourself Part 2. How to Protect Yourself Part 2. What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching the important things that really matter. Today, we're going to be talking about how to protect yourself Part 2. Now, if you haven't looked at how to protect yourself Part 1, you need to go back and look at how to protect yourself Part 1, because there's some extremely important information in Part 1. And if you go back and you look at how to protect yourself Part 1, it just says how to protect yourself. So, you know, that's Part 1. If you go back and you look at that, it will show you a few different ways how to keep from getting snatched up in the parking lot, to how to keep from getting snatched up on the street, okay? So you need to, if you haven't watched that, you need to go and watch Part 1 of how to protect yourself. And this is how to protect yourself Part 2. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but within about the last week or so, and this goes into what we're going to be talking about today, about a week or so ago, there was a person in Walmart. I do believe it was Walmart. I'm pretty sure it is Walmart. And the guy was just going down the aisleway stabbing people. Did you hear what I said? About a week or so ago, there was a guy that was in Walmart. He was just walking down the aisleways and stabbing folks, okay? Keep that in mind. That's number one. Number two, also, right around the same time, I think this was in New York, there was a guy that was in New York. He was walking around on the street, just shooting folks. I think he may have killed about 11 people. I think he may have deleted about 11 people. So, those are two examples. Now, let me give you example number 3. Example number 3, which also, I do believe, occurred in a Walmart. There was a lady, it was an African-American female, and they have her on video walk down the aisleway with a big-ass knife, okay? The blade of the knife was about this long. Did you hear what I just said? The blade of the knife that this woman was carrying was about this long. That's the blade. We ain't even talking about the handle, all right? So you see, they got this African-American female that was walking down the aisleway with this big-ass knife with the big-ass long blade, okay? Now, she didn't do anything to anybody inside of Walmart. What she did do, she waited till she got to the parking lot. When she got out of the parking lot, she stabbed somebody. What is the point that I'm making? This sets up the point that I'm trying to make. It is extremely important for you to be able to run and get out of a situation. Now, I don't mean anything harsh about what I'm going to say, but let me say it again. It's extremely important for you to be able, or to be healthy enough to be able to run away from danger. Let me say it again. You should be healthy enough to be able to run away from danger. If you happen to see somebody walking in Walmart with a big-ass knife, you see them coming that way, you run back that way, all right? But if you happen to be 50 pounds overweight and you take through two or three steps and you're going like this, and you take another 2 or 3 steps, and here you go, and then you take another 2 or 3 steps, and then you're going, then you're not going to be able to get away from any danger. It is extremely important. And this has nothing, nobody's talking about your weight or anything. I'm just saying, you are not going to be able to move as fast as you want to if you are overweight. You should be at a weight to where if something happens down the aisleway, you can run back the opposite direction, or run away from danger. You being able to and having the ability to run away from danger can save your life. Like if you happen to be walking in at Walmart when that guy was walking around stabbing people. Now, if you're at a decent weight and you exercise on a fairly regular basis, then you shouldn't have no problem being able to run away from danger when you see danger coming. But if you are overweight and you're out of shape, you can't run away from danger. You take 2 or 3 steps, like I said before, you're huffing and puffing. You take another 2 or 3 steps and you take another 2 or 3 steps and you have a heart attack. You need to be of a certain weight and a certain health level so that you be able to run from danger when danger approaches you. If you happen to be on that street, I think that was in New York, and that guy's come past with a gun, he just looks at you, he just shoots you, bam. Oh, if you see the guy, are you gonna have enough, are you gonna be healthy enough and at a stable weight enough to be able to run from danger before it gets to you? So some people can see the danger coming, but can you run away from it when you see the danger coming? And then in the other case, I think it was a Walmart also too, with the lady had that big ass knife, it was on video. And then she stabbed somebody when she got out to the parking lot. You have to be at least halfway healthy and at least of a decent weight to be able to run for danger when you see danger coming. There are a lot of crazy people out here. If you are halfway decent shape, that I remember there was a lady that was being a smart ass to a guy, and as she was being a smart ass to this guy, the guy told her, like, lady, if you don't stop talking to me, you don't stop embarrassing me and getting loud with me for no particular reason, because the way she was talking to him was undeserved. The guy told her, you don't leave me alone, lady, I'm gonna hit you in your mouth. Guy told her that he was gonna hit her in the mouth. She didn't listen. She probably was not trained by her mother. Her mother probably taught her how to disrespect men and talk to men in type of way. But you know what ended up happening to that woman? That guy hauled off and hit that woman right in her mouth. Punched the woman in her mouth. Now, this is for educational purposes. So, what am I saying? You can escape danger, you can escape harm a number of different ways. Number one, being able to run from danger. And if you're out of shape or if you're overweight, you're not going to be able to run effectively away from danger. That's number one. Number two, if you're a woman who has a smart ass mouth, all you have to do to avoid danger or to avoid from getting hit is to be quiet. Even if you are not in the wrong and a guy or another woman is completely in the wrong, sometimes it's best just to be quiet. Sometimes it's best just to be quiet. Somebody gets smart with you, don't say anything. As much as they may provoke you to violence, I'm telling you, don't say anything. It's best to be quiet, especially if it's a man. Especially if it's a man. Men go through a whole lot of pressure in life, and to be degraded by another woman, especially of the same race, and you all know who you all are. You can save yourself a punch in the mouth. You can save yourself a punch in the nose. You can save yourself a punch in the eye if you just be quiet. Don't be combative. Don't be sitting up here getting in nobody's face. Just because you feel like you got a right to say what you want to say. Even if the person's in the wrong, still be nice. You can be like, okay, well, I'm sorry. And you can say, well, hey, I'm sorry if you misunderstood me. I apologize. I just, hey, let's just say it's my fault. I apologize, even if it's not your fault. By you saying stuff like that, all you're doing is avoiding confrontation, avoiding danger, avoiding getting yourself hurt. Like I said, that woman got smart with the guy. The guy said, lady, leave me alone, stop talking to me. And she kept on talking, kept on degrading the man in front of a bunch of people. That man turned around, hauled off, and popped her right in the mouth. You could avoid a lot of harm. You can avoid a lot of danger by being healthy enough to be able to run away from the danger and smart enough to be able to keep your mouth shut. And about a year or so after that woman had got hit in the mouth by that guy, and that was also in New York. That was in New York. A year after that had happened, women were walking down the street and men were randomly punching them in the mouth, punching them in the nose, punching them in the face. If you looked at a woman too hard, she'd just jump because so many women were getting hit in the face. Well, that kind of tells you something. Men have gotten frustrated with women, frustrated being taken to the bank, frustrated at child support, frustrated the man's with a wife. And then she ups and one day tells him she don't want to be married anymore. And now he's got to go through a whole lot of havoc to try to get out of a relationship and lose a whole lot of money. So a lot of people are up under stress. So a lot of times it's best just to be quiet. Don't get smart with nobody just because your girlfriends, yeah, you should have told them this, you should have cursed them out. Yeah, then if you curse them out, you be just like that woman that got punched in the mouth. Or got punched in the eye, punched in the nose. That woman's lip was 2 or 3 times the size that her lip normally would be because she was being smart with the guy. And I know a lot of your mothers ain't taught you that. A lot of your mothers probably taught you, yeah, I would have said this, I would have cussed them out, I would have did that. And nowadays, yeah, you'll be another woman getting popped in the mouth, and they're gonna be aiming for your mouth. And that woman, she was talking on YouTube, her lip was about 2 or 3 times the size of her regular size of her lip. So beware. What's the solution to the problem? Number 1, as far as being able to run away from danger, you need to be starting today. Talk with your doctor first. Talk to your doctor first. Talk to your doctor first. Talk to your doctor first. If you're going to start an exercise program, you should be working out at least 3 or 4 days a week. I would say at least 4 days a week if it's okay with your doctor. You should be working out at least 4 days a week if it's okay with your doctor. If you're 50 pounds overweight, 75 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, over 100 pounds overweight, you know what you need to do. You need to be working out at least, I would say at least working out 4 days a week. At least 4 days a week. Start out by working out for about a half an hour or 45 minutes. Start out by working out half an hour to 45 minutes, okay? So that you can be put in a position where you can lose the weight to where if danger comes, you can run out of there or run away from danger, okay? And your health is fairly decent that you won't be huffing and puffing after only taking 2 or 3 steps, all right? So keep that in mind. Your goal should be to be able to be healthy enough to run a quarter of a mile or half a mile to escape danger if you have to. Your health should be to the point to where you should be able to run a quarter of a mile or a half of a mile. Start out with the quarter of a mile and then move it up to a half a mile. And then once you're able to run a half a mile, then your next goal should be to be able to run a whole mile to be able to escape danger. Because in some situations, you may have to run that far to get away from danger, okay? So keep this in mind. It's very, very important pieces of information. Very, very important piece of information. All right, now, please like, please share, please subscribe. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Share this with as many women and as many men as possible. Because it's not just women that's overweight, it's men that's overweight too. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Peace.